can, and our audio people, you will have some more time before 5 to work out. Got it. Whatever is going on with our feedback here. Right, I want to welcome everyone to our second Black History Month work session. This time on Old National, giving you a new vista of Old National. I'm a new vista of South Fulton. For those of you all who haven't been down here, we're going to keep moving it around so you can see all of our beautiful city. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll. I'm going to call the meeting to order, but go ahead. Please call the roll.
Good afternoon. This is the roll call for the February 27th work session of the City of South Fulton City Council. Your Honorable Catherine F. Ryle, District 1. She is available via Zoom. The Honorable Carmelita Gums, District 2.
Present.
The Honorable Helen Z. Willis, District 3. Present. The Honorable J.C. Sebastian, District 4.
Present.
The Honorable Kiosha B. Bell, District 5.
Present.
The Honorable Natasha Williams Brown will be absent this evening. The Honorable Linda B. Pritchett, District 7.
Here.
And the Honorable Mayor Khalid.
Present.
Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
All right, Madam City Manager, I think that you want to postpone this next item. Yeah, we'll save that. All right, we're going to go to the next item. I will entertain a motion to go into executive session.
I move to go to executive session for real estate, personnel, litigation, and cybersecurity.
It's been properly moved and seconded. I will take that vote by a show of hands.
I record that motion approved 5-0.
All right, we will be back at 5 o'clock or before.
We are recessed at 4:02 p.m.
everyone's... All right, and we are back. I'm going to take a motion to close the executive session.
I motion to close executive session.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, let's take this vote by show of hands. All right.
Record that, it's 5-0. We are reconvened at 5 p.m. Oh, I'm sorry. 6-0. We are reconvened at 5 p.m.
All right, thank you, Dr. Rao. We have this screen on. It's actually not on right now, but someone's gonna come and turn it on, and you can raise your hand for voting on the Zoom. Does that work for you? Okay. All right. We have one more item on our agenda, and Madam City Manager, I will turn that over to you to introduce our newest team members.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I'm always pleased to be able to introduce new team members. We're going to ask them to come forward when I call your name. Shanice Truesdale, Special Projects Manager in CDRA. Shanice here? Matthew Williams, Planning and Zoning Administrator. Come forward. So the pole is kind of in the way of the council, so if you want to come around so they can see you. And many of you have asked about all of our changes in zoning, and so Matthew's going to be critical to that process. Hal Moon, our civil engineer. Is Hal here? Don't go, don't go.
They're shy.
They're shy. Erica Oliver. Erica is one of our administrative technicians. She is in our community relations and service department, answering phones. So when you call the city of South Fulton, you will get a human, not a bot or a machine. Amaya Baker, also in that group. Isla Gusters in that group, and LaWanda Harrison. Jarrell Jones, Purchasing Agent Senior. Is Jarrell here? Trevor Thornton, our Main Street Manager. Nyla Daniels, our Special Projects Coordinator in Economic Development. Brittany Gilchrist, our Time and Attendance Processor in Human Resources. Bridgman Bolger, our Public Advocate out of the Mayor's Office. Patricia Dixon, Major in the Police Department. And Jameer Jackson, our Program and Events Manager. Can't see if they're here. Nope, no, it's the pole that's in the way. So please welcome these new team members to the City of South Fulton. They are here to serve you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, I believe that was the last item on the agenda for the work session. So I will entertain a motion to close the work session. Motion to adjourn work session, Mr. Mayor. It's been properly moved and seconded. I'll take that vote by show of hands. And again, Dr. Rowell, if you just raise your hand in the Zoom, we'll see it.
That motion was approved 6-0. The work session was adjourned at 5:03 p.m.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'm going to move on side to side so that everyone can see me. But everyone, welcome to our second Black History Month meeting. This time on Old National. Welcome to Old National. Those of you all who haven't been here in a while, you got to see a lot of the street. And as we continue to grow and expand our facilities, we will be taking you on a tour of all that is South Fulton. It's a big city. But we do want to give a special thanks to Dr. Paul McCoy. This is his building that we helped open. He was a member of our one of our development authorities, and it's just been a great corporate citizen here in the city of South Fulton. So let's give him a round of applause. He's right here in the back. Wave your hand, everybody. He's an amazing dentist, so if you need some dental work, if you need some other medical services, find out about all the incredible things that we have here at 6524 Old National Highway. And with that, I am going to ask you to go ahead and call the roll. Or, I'm sorry, we're going to do our invocation first. I see our order here.
Yes. Chaplain, may come to that microphone.
God, we thank you. We thank you for this gathering. As our mayor stated, the second Black History Month gathering. We ask, God, that you be in the midst of this meeting and this gathering of the council, the residents, and all of the city of South Fulton. We ask, God, that you speak through the agenda, that you provide the resources, the support that is needed to make this in this city and continue to allow this city to grow. We ask that everybody have peace in their heart, open up their mind to receive and also to give. We ask that you bless each and every person here. We ask, God, that you cover and comfort all of those that may have experienced a death during the city of any member or resident of South Fulton, anyone on our staff. We remember them. And God, we invite you to continue to give us the power to carry out your will. It is in your name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. As I said earlier, I'm going to ask council if we can amend this agenda to do these proclamations first, beginning with the FELA proclamation.
And Mr. Mayor, there also are two additional proclamations being offered by Councilmember Gomes.
Perfect.
So from two Creekside students.
All right, I will. We're gonna. If we can, just start with Ms. Warren. She's a school board member and she is triple booked tonight. But I will go ahead and entertain a motion.
I make a motion to move the proclamations up on the agenda. Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved in second. I'll take that vote by show of hands.
Record that motion is approved unanimously.
All right. Director Warren, if you would come on down, Mr. Gerstein, and everyone else come on up. And I don't see Jade Lambert-Smith, but she might be on her way. Let's
Norfolk State University in here. So we definitely invited them to send you off, and this is something very special for us in the city of South Fulton. We're a small group, but we are a close-knit university. And of course, Councilwoman is joining us because Creekside is in her. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we can call. So I am, once I started doing some research about you, and I was like, this little guy got some flavor. So I wanted to present you with this proclamation and tell you a little bit about Norfolk State because I am proud. So this is presented to Vincent Baird, Creekside High School All-Star football star. Whereas the Norfolk State College was founded on September the 18th, 1935. The college was brought to life during the Great Depression, providing a settling in which the youth of the region could give expressions to their hopes and aspirations. She, as I call Norfolk State, NSU, attained her university status in 1969. And whereas Norfolk State University is a comprehensive urban public institution that is committed to transforming students' lives through exemplary teaching, research, and service. Whereas Norfolk State University is recognized nationally as a premier HBCU public institution with outstanding signature academic programs, innovative research, a strong athletic program, and community engagement opportunities. And whereas Norfolk State University's strength lies in their core values of excellence, student-centered diversity and inclusiveness, integrity and civility, engagement, pride, and financial empowerment. And the HBCU Times magazine recently ranked Norfolk State as number 10 in its top 25 historically black colleges and universities for 2023. And whereas Norfolk State has a vibrant alumni network with more than 34,000 living alumni and 22 active chapters, and whereas the Norfolk State Spartans, which you will be playing for, football team represents Norfolk State University in Division I FCS college football. Their known rivals are the Pirates from Hampton University. I hope nobody in here from Hampton. And the team plays their home games at the William Dick Price Stadium in Norfolk, Virginia. And whereas Norfolk State has recruited some outstanding scholars from the city of South Fulton that are not only excel in their academics, but their athletics as well. Whereas Vincent Berry is a two-time All-State, All-Region student athlete. During his senior year, he was named the Offensive Player of the Year for AAAA, and he has a phenomenal season. He had a phenomenal season of passing for over 2,600 yards with 46 touchdowns. And whereas Vincent will be taking his love for football, his skills and academic talents to Norfolk State, the Norfolk State University, this fall on a 4-year football scholarship to behold the green and gold. Now, therefore, be resolved, the mayor and the council for the city of South Fulton, Georgia, celebrates, recognizes, and supports Vincent Berry's accomplishments for his tenacity, dedication, and contributions to the South Fulton community. And on behalf of the over 108,000 residents that call the city of South Fulton home, hereby proclaim Tuesday, February 27, 2024, the 24th day of Black History Month as Vincent Berry Appreciation Day, and encourages all of its residents to extend gratitude and support to his remarkable contributions in preserving the history. Behold the green and gold. Congratulations. You have your own day in the city of South Fulton. Did you want to say something? You don't want to say? Okay, Dad. Oh, you don't have anything to say? Commissioner Warren? All right. And can I have the alumni up here as well?
I just want to say thank you to everybody for coming out, and this is a great accomplishment for me. So, I'm just very appreciative of this moment and for everybody. So, thank you.
All right. This will be your family away from. We are excited. Is Shane here yet? Oh, he's not here yet. Huh? Come on, Dad. All right, and on 3, y'all say behold. Y'all can say it too. Y'all not gonna say it? Okay. Behold, green and gold. Woo! That was fun. I don't think Shane is here yet, so he's 10 minutes away. Okay. Congratulations. Now you put that on your.
Yes, we have a few more, but while we have Ms. Warren here, very quickly, while we have Ms. Warren here. Okay, while they're coming up. So for those of y'all who don't know, at the Southwest Art Center now through March 3rd is Fela the Musical. It was a Tony-nominated musical that actually starred two South Fulton professionals, Sa Galja and Sekon Simbolo, and we have brought that to the Southwest Art Center. And if you haven't seen it and you haven't got your tickets, you need to get your tickets. You will get your whole life. And you'll learn about the father of Afrobeats. Everybody who's listening to like Burna Boy and Tim's and Chris Brown, all these people making these Afrobeats, this was the father of that music, and it's an incredible history lesson. And we in the city of South Fulton partner with Fulton County Schools, and I'm gonna tell you about this program now. So Ms. Jade, I'm gonna bring to the area here, the stage, Ms. Jade Lambert-Smith. She is the producer and director, creative genius behind this. One interesting fact that I learned about this production, the entire production team is black women. That never happens in theater. That never happens in theater. So we're not only educating folks, but we are opening pathways, and we partner with Fulton County Schools. Will you come on down? Come on down. I don't know why she's acting so shy. This is an elected official. All right, so we know you're not shy. Yeah, so here we go. Whereas in the city of South Fulton, Georgia, it is duly appropriate to acknowledge Fela, the musical education initiative created by Lambert Smith Media in partnership with the city of South Fulton and Fulton County Schools as a model of affirming education. And whereas Fela, the musical education initiative, uses the power of this Tony-nominated musical to incentivize our young people to appreciate the performing arts and learn more about the history of our diaspora and those who have contributed to the culture. And whereas Fela, the musical education initiative, will also provide schools with our workshops taught by Fela artists in South Fulton schools, giving students a look into the creative process. And whereas the city of South Fulton has covered the cost of 700 tickets for all of South Fulton's high school students, high school seniors. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and the city council of the city of South Fulton do hereby proclaim Tuesday, January 27, 2024, as Fela the Musical Appreciation Day in the city of South Fulton, Georgia. I also want to bring up for this picture our new Bureau of Cultural Affairs Director, Mr. John Gerstein.
I think I'm loud. Oh, see, now y'all can hear me, right? And I also worked in Fulton County Schools for several years, and I currently am back at my alma mater, teaching at Spelman College and working with Morehouse students. But my desire, first and foremost, is to create the future producers, executive producers, writers, screenwriters, playwrights of our country who are gonna tell our stories correctly, who are gonna tell the truth about who we are as people, the diversity that we experience, how we live our lives. South Fulton is a beautiful city replete with folks who are having victorious stories over and over and over again. You live in South Fulton because you were victorious. You were able to buy a house or rent a space and create a family and build community. And we want to tell more of those stories. So that's what Lambert Smith Media really wants to do. And I'm grateful to the city of South Fulton for supporting us. It means the world to me to be able to bring high school students in to see theater, and not just to see the actors and the directors, but to meet the designers, to meet the engineers. There's a lot of money in Atlanta and South Fulton for the arts, so we want to make sure that these salaried jobs go to the people who already live here. So part of this partnership, thank you so much with the Bureau of Cultural Affairs and the city of South Fulton, is to build the future tastemakers and the creators of the future. So I'm just really overflowing with gratitude. Westlake came last week, and Langston and Tri-Cities were there today, and the students were amazing. They were amazing. You would be really proud of the next generation of South Fulton, y'all. They're awesome. You've done a wonderful job rearing them up, and we can't wait for them to then be standing here, too, right? They're gonna be standing behind us one day, right? As also as the city council members. So this is just contributing to that. So I want to thank you again. All right, take care. And come see Fela. We close March 3rd at Southwest Arts Center. We'd love to have you. FelaATL.com. It should be Fela South Fulton, but I wasn't that, forward thinking. So FelaATL.com is where you can pick up tickets. Thank you so much, and thank you for your support.
Hello, everyone. All right, so this other proclamation, going to ask Minister Carr and family to step forward, please. All right. Whereas Jacqueline Carr, a native of Memphis, Tennessee, was born in 1997. Jacqueline is a multiple award-winning recording artist, began singing and ministering professionally when she was only 15 years old. In less than a decade later, Jacqueline has become one of the top-selling independent recording artists in gospel music. And whereas Jacqueline Carr garnered 6 Stellar Award wins, 4 GMA Dove wins, 5 Grammys Award nominations, and 2 Billboard Music nominations. Jacqueline's accomplishments include 9 Billboard #1, 6 #1 radio singles, 2 #1 albums, and 2 #1 digital singles in her career. Digital singles. In her career, Jacqueline has had 7 songs reach the top 10. And whereas in 2022, Jacqueline was featured by Forbes, which highlighted her brand, including her music and her new beauty skincare line. At the age of 13, she was named one of Ebony magazine's coveted Power 100, which highlighted the most influential people in the world. Jacqueline also received the Lifetime Achievement Award from President of the United States, President Joe Biden. Jacqueline was the first gospel artist to be introduced into the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame. In addition to her illustrious singing career, Jacqueline is a sought-after speaker, conference host, and radio personality. And whereas the city of South Fulton is proud to recognize Jacqueline Carr, a proud resident of the city of South Fulton District 4, for her gift to the world and her ministry to music. The city celebrates Jacqueline for her successful career, the numerous accolades and accomplishments in the gospel music industry. Now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and the city of South Fulton honors Jacqueline Carr as South Fulton's Black History Trailblazer, commend her for her substantial contributions to the South Fulton community, and hereby proclaim Tuesday, February 27, 2024 as Jacqueline Carr Appreciation Day in the city of South Fulton. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this high honor. It is such a privilege to be able to be a resident in South Fulton, travel across the world, but to come back to such a beautiful place is always a great thing. So thank you for this honor.
All right. So again, we have one more student that has just made it, Shane Kelly. Come on. And you wore your NSU sweatshirt. Come on. So the reason why we're so excited, especially Norfolk State, is because a lot of people from Georgia, they don't really recruit for Norfolk State. And we have some students that are going to Virginia. You know, most of y'all try to stay in the area. So I'm so excited when we have two amazing students that are going to my alma mater. So I read all of the good stuff about Norfolk State. I'm not going to do that to my colleagues, but I'm going to tell you what this is about, okay? All right. You don't call me ma'am. I ain't that old. But I guess that's the good thing. All right, that's manners. That's what. All right. So this will say, whereas Shane Kelly is a product of Creekside High School, a four-year member of the football team, Shane has really found consistency and became a leader his senior year. Shane was named All-Star, All-State, All-City South Fulton, and All-Region for his football team. He finished his senior year with 70 impressive receptions for, what is this? Is that 1,200? Okay, for 1,252 yards and 21 touchdowns. And whereas Shane will be taking, again, his love for football, his skills, and academic talent to Norfolk State, the Norfolk State University, this fall on a 4-year football scholarship to behold the green and gold. All right. Now, therefore, be resolved, the mayor and the city council of the city of South Fulton celebrates, recognizes, and supports Shane Kelly's accomplishments for his tenacity, dedication, and contributions to the South Fulton community. On behalf of the over 108,000 residents that call the city of South Fulton home, hereby proclaim Tuesday, February 27th, 2024, of Black History Month as the Shane Kelly Appreciation Day, and encourages all residents to extend gratitude and support for their remarkable contributions to preserving history. So you have your own day in the city of South Fulton. So we expect you to come back every year and contribute back to your community. All right, and I think your coach is here as well. All right. Come on, everybody. And Norfolk State, come on. Coach Dixon, can you come on? What you say? And of course, you and Vincent are going to look out for each other as well, right? Are y'all going to be roommates? Y'all going to be roommates? Y'all supposed to be, well, we all know how that works. You got to take your plaque. I'm not taking that with me. Come on. All right. We're going to say, behold the green and gold again. Let's do it. You get beside him as well. Somewhere to squeeze in so y'all both can show. This is big, y'all. And y'all go to school, y'all look out for each other. And y'all tell them how South Fulton represented. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Behold.
I went up there.
All right, we have one more proclamation, then we're going to get back to, yes, we're going to get back to the business. We got one more proclamation. But will you just give them a hand one more time as they head back to their seats?
All right, so again, the theme has been consistent this evening, recognizing young people in our city who are doing great things. So I think we deserve a round of applause for just bringing all of this together, and it has come together very nicely. So our final proclamation, great, different but great, will be presented to this young man of District 4. Brother Muhammad, come forward. And he has an easy name. His name is Patrick. So this is Patrick Muhammad, y'all. Whereas Patrick S. Muhammad was born and raised in East St. Louis, Illinois, in June of 1975 to Robert W. Smoot, Jr. and M. Catherine Smoot. Patrick's siblings, Deidre Denise Smoot Green and Robin Kyle Smoot, all excelled in academics and athletics. Patrick attributes his tenacity and determination to his upbringing in East St. Louis, affectionately known as East Bougie. Patrick demonstrated his ingenuity in his elementary years. Patrick created a routine science project that entailed releasing a balloon with card in it from his school, Dunbar Elementary. The balloons included a card with his first name and the school mailing address. Miraculously, the balloon traveled from the school all the way to Ontario, Canada. The success of Patrick's project was featured in the city's only newspaper, the East St. Louis Monitor. Whereas Patrick, a phenomenal athlete, was an early standout baseball player at the historical Jackie Robinson Curry Baseball League. His ability to cover the field as a speedy shortstop and switch-hitting bunter led him all the way to the Lincoln High School varsity team. While Patrick excelled at baseball, it was under the tutelage of legendary coach Bernie Lewis where Patrick's baseball talents landed him a scholarship to Kentucky State University and a ticket out of East Bougie. And whereas Patrick is married to Ishtar Muhammad, 1999, and the proud father of one daughter, Isla, and two sons, Ishija and Istafa, they currently reside in the city of South Fulton, District 4. In 2014, Patrick and Ishtar decided to challenge their family's legacy and step out in faith to become first-generation farmers. The duo purchased 31 acres and zero experience. With the support of their 3 children, they all left the comfort of subdivision life and embraced the uncertainties of farm life. The Mohammeds have raised heritage-bred pinewood cattle, sheep, chickens, horses, honeybees, cats, and Great Pyrenees dogs. While the livestock keeps them busy, the entire family has developed their green thumbs and grow year-round in their 1-acre garden. And whereas the city of South Fulton is proud to recognize Dr. Patrick Muhammad for his fortitude and resolve growing up in East St. Louis, which molded his faith and entrepreneurial spirit, the city celebrates Dr. Muhammad and his family's success and accomplishment as a first-generation farmer in the city of South Fulton, District 4. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and the city honors Dr. Patrick Muhammad as a South Fulton Black History trailblazer, commend him for his substantial contributions to the South Fulton community, and hereby proclaim Tuesday, February 27, 2024, as Dr. Patrick Muhammad Appreciation Day in the city of South Fulton.
I just want to say I'm a proud South Fulton resident. thank you for all the hard work that you do. By day, I've managed 555 children from South Fulton at my school, Chattahoochee Hills Charter School. So I am South Fulton. Again, thank you, Councilman and the mayor, and let's keep it up. We are the most powerful city in Georgia.
Council takes their seat. Would everybody can we get one more round of applause for all of these Black history trailblazers that are in our city? These are our residents, these are our people, and we are so proud of you. All right, Mr. Clerk, go ahead and sound the next item.
Mr. Mayor and Council, that brings us to Roman numeral 5 on the agenda. It's the approval of City Council meeting minutes, regular meeting minutes for February 13th, 2024, work session meeting minutes for February 13th, 2024, and alcohol license zoning public hearing meeting minutes from February 13th, 2024.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve minutes as read. Can you?
Okay, they've been, it's been motioned and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, please, let's take the vote by show of hands.
I record that motion approved 5-0.
All right, Mr. Clerk, please sound the next item.
Next item is adoption of the council agenda.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve regular meeting, council meeting agenda for Tuesday, February 27th.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. I'll take that vote by a show of hands.
I record that motion approved 5-0.
All right, please sound the next item.
Mr. Mayor and Council, that brings us to public comments.
All right, we are now at my favorite part of the meeting where we get to hear from all of you. Go ahead, Mr. Clerk.
To the general public who are in attendance this evening, this is the public comment portion of tonight's meeting. The City Council has adopted rules for public comment, and I will read those rules into the record. The City of South Fulton believes that any resident or business owner located in the city limits should be afforded the opportunity to address the mayor and City Council, provided that designated rules are followed by the speaker. Any City of South Fulton resident or business owner who wishes to address the mayor and City Council and offer public comment on any item on the agenda may do so during the public comment period. Any county, state, or federal elected official should be allowed to speak regardless of city of residence. Comments should be limited to 2 minutes per speaker. A bell will signal the end of each speaker's time. Public comment shall be limited to only those items appearing on the current City Council meeting agenda. Each speaker must complete and submit a request to speak form in its entirety prior to the beginning of the meeting. The person or City of South Fulton business owner desiring to speak should rise, address the City Council, and when recognized, state their name, residential or business address, the agenda item which they are addressing, and the City Council district in which they reside. All remarks should be addressed to the council as a whole and not to any member. To ensure the opportunity for those desiring to speak before the City Council, there is no yielding of time to another speaker. Speakers may not employ obscenities or threats of violence in their comments. Speakers should not be allowed to make remarks that have been legally recognized not to be protected speech, comments while addressing the council. Speakers may not use public comments to campaign for political office, either for themselves or on behalf of other candidates, for the purposes of limiting political influence on city employees and encouraging orderly and efficient meetings. With those rules read into the record, we did receive a number of public comment cards. As I call your name, please approach the center microphone and again state your name, your address, the item on the agenda that you're referencing, and your City Council district. First speaker is Ms. Arnita Adams Johnson, Teresa Graves, Pamela Harris, Jewel Johnson. Please come in that order and remember to address the item on the agenda you're referencing.
Good evening, Council.
Yeah, please use the microphone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, Council women and men, and the Mayor of South Fulton. I'm addressing some of the concerns and issues that are on the agenda regarding the recreation facilities that you have here at South Fulton. It is a known fact that most of us want to achieve a certain citizenship, that is senior citizenship. We want to live as long as we possibly can. And in doing so, we want to go to facilities that will help us mentally and physically get there. In the city of South Fulton, the seniors that attend the recreation facilities are asked to supply a fee of $25 per month in order to use some of the facilities that are there. That is highly overpriced for those seniors that are age 64 and younger. Most of the surrounding Metro County area has lower fees and for their seniors to attend these facilities. We feel that the prices that are being asked the senior citizens of South Fulton is too high, especially since some of them are on fixed incomes. Paying nearly $300 a year to use the facilities is too much. They've already paid into that particular fee with some of the prices of their homes. Also, we are asking that the veterans and some of the first responders should not have to pay a fee at all because they've already given their lives and their livelihood, and that should count for something in the city of South Fulton where they can go and have recreation facilities that are safe. So I'm asking that you guys and women, I'm from up north, so we call everybody you guys, but anyway, we're asking that you consider lowering the fees quite a bit in order for our seniors to attend to our social and physical and emotional well-being at the recreation centers that are located here in City South Fulton. Thank you.
Thank you.
Teresa Graves, Pamela Harris, Jewel Johnson, Richard Snellings.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Teresa Graves. I live at Cascade Hills in Atlanta, District 1. My concern is about the approval of professional services. It's under the Agenda 13 Administration, Sharon D. Sudodan to serve as the city manager with an increase of about $73,000, her salary being $298. And also there was a conflict of interest with her having like an employment agency, but I noticed the business has changed on their website. So maybe that's an agenda, but I do think that extra $73,000 is a little bit much. That's my concern.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pamela Harris. I live in District 1. After reading the agenda for the upcoming council meeting, which includes the document seeking a vote to approve the 33% salary increase for the city manager, Ms. Sudodan, after less than a year. If you include her vacation and sick days, it's actually 44% pay increase. Ms. Sudodan is already the highest paid city manager in the state. Her salary is higher than that of Governor Brian Kemp. Furthermore, having her in continuous employment violates at least 2 state codes, 2022 Georgia 45-10-23 and OCGA 45-10-21A. Also, it violates the city charter 2.14A, one employee prohibition. Each of these each of these relate to the illegal conflict of interest which exists between the business employment transactions activities with Karen Enterprises owned by Ms. Subadan. I am asking that the council vote nay on this proposal. This is not an appropriate allocation of funds. There are so many funding needs across the city. To see this salary increase happen contradicts every campaign promise made by any council person who votes for this increase for the city manager and brings to question your budget priorities. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jewel Johnson. I live at 4660 Orkney Lane in District 1, and I'm speaking in reference, if I remember correctly, number 13. I'm asking that the council not increase the city manager's pay, for it is not legal according to Georgia code. She would be the highest paid city manager in Fulton County. If you feel she needs to be increased, please bonus her. No other legal corporation, government, or private sector use this method. They one-time bonus the employee. Mayor Khalid, I am disappointed that you are using your platform as mayor to advocate for a huge pay increase for the city manager in exchange for her agreeing to buy you an electric vehicle with city funds. That is corruption. This is why we need a federal forensic audit. We have too many things in this city we need to fix. Example, food needs, health care, health billing, shopping, industry, just to mention a few. And you all giving away our money like it's your private money. If it is that important for you to increase the salary for the city manager, don't take it out of general fund. Take it out of your individual council budget, including yours, Mayor Khalid. Mayor Khalid, I hope you enjoy your new electric vehicle. And all I want to say is before you make up your minds to do this, please remember, in my speaking today about this, and having spoke to several people in my community, they feel the same way we feel. Please don't do this because it is not the appropriate thing to do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Richard Snellings, 1980 Loch Lomond Trail, South Fulton, District 1. I am here to talk about item number 13. Now, this evening, you may hear from the mayor as he defends this pay increase for his friend, the city manager. I am not going to belabor the points that other speakers are making, but I believe that conduct should be a consideration for any increase that's considered. When I think of her conduct, I think of a time when the mayor read to me a handwritten note that he claims the city manager wrote. The issue at hand was regarding a Nextdoor post that I was not the author of, but I responded to with a link to the city website so people could see the contract. The rules of the public comments prevent me from reciting the note as it was read to me, but here in the blackest city in America, I'll share a modified version of the note that the mayor read to me, which was, "Keep my expletive name out your mother expletive mouth." Again, this was read to me by her friend, the mayor. As a supervising official, this would have been an opportune time to offer coaching that we do not speak to anyone in such a manner regardless of how you feel about them personally. To the people in the audience, would you increase the salary by over $70,000 of an executive that spoke to his residents in such a manner? I am continuing to wonder how employees are being treated when no one is around. Maybe there is some validity to the information that I received concerning the city manager confiscating Chief Meadows' cell phone during a meeting because she demands all eyes on her. What if the city needed him? I guess next time there is a public safety emergency and his phone is taken, we will find out as officers are unable to reach their chief. Honorable council members, I would urge you to table this vote to increase the salary until at least this 360 review, as stated in the contract, has been evaluated with input from employees that she manages. In closing, I too was told about the mayor's purchase of the electric vehicle. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
The last two speakers are Shawanda Clark and Connie Robinson.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I come to speak on behalf of the seniors of the city of South Fulton and this $25 per person for the parks for them to use. That is a bit overwhelming to them on a fixed budget. I would advise and please and plead that you lower that cost for our seniors. They have already given they shed blood and tears for the city, so $25, it can be lowered. And also on 13, 73,000 increase. We need a city hall. We need a police station. I think there's more important things that we can put our money to. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Excuse me, point of order. I don't see anything on the agenda about fees for the gym.
I think they're referencing on the consent agenda. Parks and Rec has several programming.
It's okay. This is our last comment?
This is the last one.
Yeah, we got one more comment. It's okay. Go ahead, Ms. Robinson.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and city officials. Connie Robinson, 2805 Palmview Court, District 2. And I want to speak about agenda items 13 and 15. So basically, the city manager's position, as I understood it to be, was an interim position. And generally, that refers to a temporary basis while a search is being conducted to competitively fill the vacant position. So shouldn't the job announcement have been created during this interim period that she's been with us? Also, if we want to lock her in for 2 more years, then why not just announce the position, let her compete, and be selected in decency and in order? An increase of $74,000 on top of a lucrative benefits package, of which most of the benefits are generally paid by the individual in full or in part. How much are we really paying for these 2 years of additional contract? Also, the president only makes $400K a year, and so at $298 plus the benefits plus the contract says something about council will make adjustments, which really means increases as needed, because it specifically says the salary will not be lowered. So we already know it's going to be well over $300K, and we're setting a precedent as it relates to the salary of this particular position. When the budget was presented in 2023, we had to fight for a millage rate rollback. Y'all remember that? And so we barely received, what, 0.3% or something of that nature, which I say equated to $50. And then I remember D7 had an employee that had to resign because she had another job. But in this contract, we're allowing the city manager to maintain her other employment aspects. So what are we really doing here? We really need to evaluate, and city council and the city employees had to do a pay study. Where's the pay study to support this increase? And then even with that, the pay was not immediate. And so there was some concerns or gripes from council regarding that. So what are we really doing here? Okay, so I ask that you really consider what's being proposed.
All right, thank you for your comments. Is that everyone? All right,
So that completes public comment for this evening.
All right, and now we're going to hear from my colleagues on council. We will start with Dr. Rao. Are you there? All right, we're just doing council announcements now. Go ahead.
forward to engaging with residents and getting updates on a number of projects in the district to include transportation projects, public works, and general service projects. That'll be 6 to 8 at Sandtown West.
All right, thank you so much. Is that it, Dr. Earl?
Yes.
All right, we head over to the crown jewel of South Fulton, District 2, Councilwoman Gomes.
Thank you for recognizing me, Mayor. We have a code enforcement event that will be held at Walden Park with HOA. It's the education workshop that will be held on tomorrow, February 28th at 6:30. We'll have our code enforcement team as well as some people from Public Works to be out as well to answer any questions that will be at the Walden Park Clubhouse. And that is tomorrow at 6:30. On the Thursday, the 29th at 6 p.m., Parks and Recreation, along with South Fulton Police, will be hosting a chat and chew. We will be feeding residents where we'll come out and talk about safety programs that are available, ways to keep safe in our parks, and that will be held again on Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Cliftondale Community House. So we do encourage residents to all come out to that. I want to take a quick moment to thank all of the individuals that came out to our senior sweetheart party. We had a wonderful time. It was very exciting to see so many faces from across the city to participate. We are looking forward to next year. I hope we don't have to change the venue because it looks like we have already reached capacity with that. So that was a fun time. Also, too, I do want to make you aware that the long-awaited Seeing Our Taxpayers' Dollars at Work will be held on March the 8th for the Union Road and Butner Road intersection. We will be doing a roundabout there, so the work will be commencing very soon for that, but we will be having a groundbreaking on the 8th of March at 10 a.m., and we do encourage residents to come out. So if you are looking for more information, what's happening in District 2, we got a lot of great things that are taking place. Please follow my newsletter. You can also go to my website, that is councilwomancarmelithagomes.com. There's information there as well. And also you can follow me on Facebook. And that's all I have for right now. Thank you and have a great evening.
All right, thank you. Now, District 3, the place to be, Councilwoman Helen Willis.
Good afternoon. Thank you for everyone's presence and engagement. I want to thank everyone who participated in our vaccination community event last Saturday. We were able to vaccinate over 100 residents, and they were able to receive $100 gift cards. Councilmember Bell and I will be partnering to do a vaccination event at Burdette Park on March 9th. Stay tuned. We'll get that marketing information out to you. We did have a little hiccup. Walgreens system went down, so everyone who registered had to register on site. So this time we're just going to handle the registration on site for the vaccines, but you still can sign up for an appointment. The vaccinations for flu and COVID are absolutely free. There are no insurance requirements, just age requirements if you're 18 above for COVID, 3 or above for flu. For the shingles, for the pneumonia, and there's one more, RSV shots, there are some insurance requirements. So just want to make that known. District 3, chat and chew with the police department will be on March 28th, and Coffee with the Cops will be on March 7th. Just to clear up, I was a little confused about the comments regarding the fees. The $25 a month that we're voting on today is a private contractor that's coming in and offering weight training classes. Unfortunately, we don't have staff that can do weight training. We have to look to private contractors to do that. And we can't adjust their fees. We got a brand new gym. We've asked the city manager to work with the city director of Parks and Rec to do an analysis of Metro Atlanta fees so that we can make sure that we are, you know, pricing appropriately for seniors. I do believe we should give seniors some break, but we are not going to be able to control what our contractors come in when they offer specialized classes. We can't tell them they have to give all seniors free services. But the use of the equipment, we do have more control over that. If you're not getting my newsletters, please subscribe to them at District 3 42828, or please email me. Thank you.
All right, over to the breadbasket of South Fulton, the Emerald District, District 4, Councilman J.C. Sebastian.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to thank the citizens of South Fulton for engaging with your city, and I'll just continue to encourage folks to do your research and just gain the facts and whatever we have on our agenda. I don't think anyone up here get up and say we're gonna make a bad decision today, right? So continue to stay engaged. I wanna thank the police and fire and emergency personnel. We had a couple of tragedies past week in District 4, and my heart goes out in sympathies to the family of someone who lost their life through a fire this past week. But as a city, again, we're doing our best to improve these services. And as such, look out for a couple of projects that are coming to District 4, including the expansion of Fire Station 6 at the corner of Cedar Grove and Rivertown Road. That should be happening within the next month or so. And same goes for that roundabout at the same corner, Rivertown Road and Cedar Grove Road. And you can get all those details in my newsletter. If you're not subscribed to my newsletter yet, you can go to the city's website, grab my email, and send an email over, and we'll get you subscribed. If you want to write it down, it's jaceey.sebastin@cityofsouthfultonga.gov. Thank you very much.
All right, over to the district that's always live, District 5, Councilwoman Keosha Bell.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to thank all the residents who came out last Tuesday for the meet and greet. We had a really great turnout, so definitely want to thank each and every one of the residents in District 5, those who attended that are not specifically in District 5, thank you. To the Tommy Novus Center, all of the City of South Fulton departments were there to represent and provide answers to many of the resident questions. To our Parks and Rec directors, thank you. To everyone that came out again, I appreciate you coming out, getting an opportunity to meet me as your newly elected councilwoman, but also to get to know your other residents within the City of South Fulton. I also want to thank, because today is all about kudos for me. So today is, just want to highlight the newest restaurant in District 5. I want to thank each and every one of you. We had a great turnout on last Friday for the grand opening of Hungry AF.
The food is bussin'.
The food was wonderful. They provided free food for well over 800 individuals, so there was a line. It was 107.9 out there. So again, we want to celebrate the Black excellence that is right in our district and our city. So thank you for all that came out, took a part, for my colleagues that came out in support of that. Thank you to the owner, Kevin Edwards, Chris, his management team, staff, and residents. Thank you for coming out and really just embracing the newest addition into District 5. I also want to thank my newly appointed Cultural Affairs, Ms. Eleanor Ross, also a very dedicated resident in District 5. We were out yesterday at Fieldwood Elementary School with the Culture Camp. So we were focusing on Black history, heritage, and culture with our youth and specifically the elementary school program, for APAC that came out and really has commanded with helping our students and our youth at Fieldwood Elementary and so many other schools within our district and our city. Thank you, APAC, for coming out as far as the tutorial program. So we are doing things live in District 5. And to shout out our Burdett Park 10 and under basketball team. They are officially the champions of District 4 championship. And so we're super excited to have our 10 and under boys basketball team really stamping their mark in our city. They will go on Friday to play against Spalding County for the full championship. So I want to really commend them and thank our Parks and Recs, thank our coaches out there within our district at Burdett Park who have been working countless hours with the boys 10 and under right in our city. So that is something that we want to commend. If we can find something for them to do, keep them active, then we can keep them off of the streets. In addition to that, we are getting ready for the upcoming Community Resource Fair and Easter Extravaganza, which is scheduled for March the 30th, Saturday, March the 30th from 12 to 4 p.m. at Burdett Park Field. The Resource Fair is open to everyone in our city to come out, gain information and knowledge about resources that can benefit you and your families. However, we are limiting our Easter egg hunt to residents within the city of South Fulton. So please register. More information will be available to each and every one of you to register online via Eventbrite. We need a head count, so please get active. We're all the way live in District 5. And last but not least, Sergeant Pierre and the South Fulton Police Department, I definitely want to thank them for their attention today in our city with vandalism. A car was vandalized out in one of our shopping areas. So I was out there shopping and I wanted to just really lean in, and they immediately came to help. So just a reminder to each and every one of you, when you're out shopping, make sure that you are hiding your valuables, locking your doors, and doing everything that we can personally to stay safe. But I definitely want to commend Sergeant Pierre and the 2 officers in the City of South Fulton Police Department for aggressively arriving within limits, time limits. And then last but not least, I know that I'm a newly elected councilwoman, so if you are interested in being a part of my newsletter, please send me an email to Keosha, keosha@cityofsouthfultonga.gov. I can also be reached directly on my cell phone at 470-525-1974. Again, 470-525-1974. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'm just going to piggyback. We're going to get you out of here early. We're trying to have earlier meetings. Do yourself a favor and stop by Hungry AF. You will be blessed. And last but not least, the district that is closest to heaven, District 7, Councilwoman Pritchett.
Thank you for acknowledging me, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, everyone that came out because you're on Old National. We're really excited about having you here this evening with us. And I also would like to give a special thanks to State Representative Roger Bruce, who last week brought living legends right here to this facility that you're sitting in. We had actor Lawrence Hilton Jacobs from Welcome Back, Carter, singer Gene Carn, actor from A Different World, Glenn Thurman, and Otis Williams, The Last Living Temptation. So that was really exceptional to have a private reception with the council and mayor and the city manager and some staff because he wanted to show off South Fulton. And that was a reception that preluded to the Legislative Black Caucus's Heritage Dinner. So we were really excited about talking to them about our city, a lot of the things that we've accomplished in our city, and they were extremely impressed with this venue. I also would like to give a shout out to Banneker High School. Today I spent the day at their Community Engagement Day, and I found out something that I did not know because I don't have teenagers anymore. So Banneker High School actually has a family health center, which is a clinic on site. They have 2 different clinic rooms. So that way, if a student has a fever or a student has like an allergy and needs one of those EpiPens or something like that, there is a doctor on duty that can actually administer medicine, perform, different medical triage with the authorization of parents. So I think that that helps parents to keep from having to leave work to, deal with issues with their children, and it happens, very quickly. So kudos to Banneker and all that they do to bring and provide wraparound services for the children. I also saw that they have a grocery store in the school, and it kind of breaks my heart, but it also warms my heart. It breaks my heart that so many people are suffering from food insecurities, but these students are given the opportunity that if they don't have, they know that they may not have food over the weekend at home, that they can go shopping in their school. A lot of food that's donated by a lot of the food banks, and it's good stuff, and they can take groceries home to their families. And then they also have like different rooms that have very calm atmospheres where they give students snacks and different things, not knowing whether they ate or what the situation is. So Banneker High School is doing some outstanding things to make sure that their students are receiving a first-class education and that they're also treated well. Also, I am very excited to mention that we have acquired the land on Oakley Industrial Boulevard to build the next fire station for our city. So I'd like to thank our city manager for that negotiation and land acquisition. And lastly, we are expecting a light to go live sometime very soon on Highway 138, known as Jonesboro Road and Peters Road. Over the years, there have been so many accidents on Bethsaida Road and 138, and Peters Road has been like a nightmare for people to make turns on. So I'm very glad that that light is there. That's where the new senior facility is located. So I'm very pleased with many of the accomplishments that we've seen in such a very short period of time, having our city manager here and with our exceptional staff. So thank you again for coming out this evening.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Clerk, you have those ready. I was reminded today, in the midst of these comments, these public comments, that we lost someone who I consider a role model, though I never met him in person, and I think can be a great role model for our residents, and that is Mr. Eddie Mays. Many of you probably have been entertained by his clips as a councilman in Flint, Michigan, but he actually came to council at the age of 55. So I think it goes to show that it is never too late. He had a long career in politics. He wasn't just this salty council person. He actually began working with the Flint branch of the NAACP as a political action representative, and I'm going to read this from his biography on the route. But his job was to attend council meetings and raise concerns for residents. He was booted out of several meetings for taking too much time talking and being disruptive during a council hearing, and he found a way to be more productive by becoming a member of council. So I want to thank everyone for their comments tonight, and always ask them to always stay engaged and remind them that these seats are open every 4 years and they belong to you, the people. And so you all should put the people in these seats that you believe are your best leaders.
Point of order. I'm just doing the Eric Mays point of order.
Oh, okay. I was like, where's that coming from? You got to be a little more fiery than that. All right, next slide, please. As you heard, we are doing this groundbreaking musical here, Fela. So please get tickets before they are gone. This is a once-in-a-lifetime show. I just cannot say enough incredible things about it. Algebra Blessed, the music stars as Sandra, and in the original Broadway tour of Fela, there was a young man who graduated from Tri-Cities High School named Dwayne Richmond. The originator, Saw Gouger, was a Tri-City graduate, but the Broadway touring original role was given to Dwayne Richmond. He is our Fela. So this is truly a Broadway level opportunity for a South Fulton price. Next slide. You can get those tickets at felaatl.com. I want all of our young people to come and join me at the Sandtown Gym every Monday at 9:50 for a free body sculpting class, and all of my fellows can come to that class as well, and then stay afterwards for muscle building for men over 50. You know, 50 is the new 30. So we're gonna rock it out every Monday at 11:15 a.m. All right. You can find all of this information on our website, always at cityofsouthfultonga.gov. Next, and as always, you can text the word Fulton to 33777 to sign up for the mayor's newsletter and mobile alerts. And with that, Mr. Clerk, please sound the next item.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, that brings us to Roman numeral 10, the consent agenda, items 5 through 10.
All right, I will entertain a motion.
Motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing and hearing none. Let's take that vote by show of hands.
I record that motion was approved 6-0.
All right, congratulations to all of our board appointees and reappointees. There are tons of boards in this city that you can become involved in, so see your council person if you're interested in doing that. Please sound the next item.
Next item is alcohol license rezonings, variance, and modification cases for motion and vote. Listed for number 11, U23-016, application by Ernesto Williams requesting a special use permit to operate a short-term rental at 3480 Old Fairburn Road. It's located in District 2 in the AG1 zoning district. Staff and Planning Commission recommendation is approval.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to defer.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
I would like to defer to our next meeting, which will be, when is our next meeting?
Our next fourth Tuesday?
March 19th.
The second meeting, if we could put it on.
Yeah, March 19th.
No, the next fourth Tuesday, I think she's asking, which will be
the
the
next fourth
26th.
Tuesday? Okay, that'll be the 26th, March
Okay.
26th.
March 26th. I would like to defer to March 26th, please.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Hearing no further discussion, I'll take that vote by show of hands.
Record that motion approved unanimously, 6-0.
All right, thank you. Please sound the next item.
Next item is item 12, case U23-019. It's application by Samuel Atta Darkwa requesting a special use permit to operate a short-term rental at 4020 Stonewall Tail Road, located in District 3 in the AG1 zoning district. Staff and Planning Commission recommendation is approval.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I move that we approve this measure, U23-019.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll take that vote by a show of hands.
Record that motion approved 6-0.
All right, Mr. Clerk, please sound the next item.
Brings us to agenda items. Item 13 under administration. Request approval of a professional service agreement with Sharon D. Subadan to serve as the city manager for the city of South Fulton in the amount of $298,000 to be funded from the general fund.
All right. I will entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve item approval of professional service agreement with Sharon D. Sudavan to serve as city manager for the city of South Fulton in amount of $298,000 to be funded out of general fund.
Second.
All right. It has been properly moved and seconded. I just want to say.
Discussion.
Is there a discussion?
No.
Yes. I just want to say, as we take this vote, that when I was sworn into office, I stood on the steps and I asked for an audit of our city's contracts, beginning with our public works contracts. That audit is now happening. Thank you, Madam Subadan. Others called for audits of ARPA funds, and in addition to doing all of these audits, we are rebuilding our entire finance department. We are rebuilding our planning and zoning department and overhauling our future land use plan. We are remediating mold and asbestos in fire stations, in parks, in police stations, and in city halls. And we are buying, finally, we are moving from being the lenders to the, from being the borrowers to the lenders and landowners. We are buying land. We have opened a new building so that when we found mold, we were able to move people to buildings that we owned, and we're buying more land and building more buildings. But most importantly, we are building better relations on this council. And we don't agree on much. We're getting better at our agreements, and we're getting better at our disagreements. But every vote for Ms. Subadan has been unanimous, and I hope that it will be the same way tonight, because I believe you are worth every cent. There any other discussion?
Yes.
All right, the chair recognizes Councilwoman Pritchett. She's in the queue.
Oh, I didn't know the queue was
You'll be
Okay.
next. I got you.
So, can you all hear me? Okay. So, since Ms. Subadan has been here, there was a moment where we had to look at our finances. We had to look at where our money was, and it was in one place. And under her leadership, we diversified where our city's monies are held. And now we have an interest-bearing account. This was just a few months ago, not very long ago. And to date, to January 2024, we have yielded $3.68 million in interest. It's something that has not happened in the entire 6 years that the city has existed. In my opinion, this is a remarkable individual that is a subject matter expert at what she does. I've seen phenomenal results. I have 2 pages of accomplishments sitting before me, and I've read off things that were able to happen since I've been elected and since the time that she has been here with our city. So I am pleased, and I wanted to make sure that you understand the reasons why I am supporting keeping Ms. Subadan as a permanent city manager. I yield.
All right, thank you. The chair recognizes Councilwoman Willis.
You know, African American women, in the words of Malcolm X, but not verbatim, is some of the most disrespected and unprotected classes. And the sad thing about it is we do it to each other. Now, this woman's integrity was put in question when somebody stood up and said that we want her because she is giving the mayor an electric car. And that is far from the truth. And I am speaking from passion because I can't stand to see us tear each other down and disrespect each other, especially women. Now, let me tell you what really happened. That position, that role, mayor, comes with a car. The previous mayor had a car. So they have either or, a car allowance or a car. When this mayor came in, he elected to not get a car and take the car allowance. One of the reasons he did not want to take the car is because he's big on electric vehicles. He has lobbied since he has been in this role, and even before he was in this role as a council member, he has lobbied for this city to invest more in electric vehicles. That is one of his things, and that's the way we are moving as a society. And even probably in the next 10 years, most of the cars and vehicles that's on our roads will be electric vehicles. But until Ms. Subadan got here, she has also committed to making sure that we try to implement more electric vehicles where we can. So this mayor decided this year, when we got a new city manager, that he would ask his colleagues, he called some of us and asked some of us, am I correct, Councilmember Gums? Am I correct, Councilmember Sebastian? How do we feel about him having an electric vehicle? Because that is his belief, and he believes in clean energy. He believes in conserving. I mean, he has to me sometimes the most innovative ideas. Sometimes they're too innovative for our time, but sometimes they're good ideas, and I would give him that. And we agreed. Sure, Mayor, if that's what you want, but you can't have your car allowance. He understood that. If the city manager, when she increases the fleet, and if she can get you if she can get you an electric vehicle, that's fine. She did not promise him an electric vehicle. This is something this man has lobbied for from the day one that he got in this role, and even before he became mayor, he lobbied for us to increase our fleet with electric vehicles. So stop the false narrative. Stop attacking people's integrity. This woman has integrity. And what she has done is miraculous. You don't see most of us, at each other's throats. You see more, these meetings ran more efficiently. She has big city experience. I have been on this council for 6 years. We have done city manager searches that has cost us $18,000 and did not yield us the quality we have now. I can say that. Now, for those who got up and gave those numbers, I don't know where you got those numbers from, but I'm going to put this in my newsletter. Sandy Springs, total cost for their city manager is $393,000 with benefits. Douglasville, $312,000. We are proposing to pay her $298,000, and she's not getting benefits or a car allowance. Johns Creek, $289,000. Stonecrest, $259,000. To run daily operations in a new city with as many things that we have to do, I am grateful that we finally found somebody of substance, somebody who knows what they're doing, and somebody of quality. This woman has moved the needle in 8 months, and she came highly recommended to us from Georgia Municipal Association, and she was working on a part-time basis. She now realizes that in order for her to be more effective and move the needle even more, she needs to do this full-time. She can't do this part-time. So I would ask that we get the facts and the truth and stop tearing down people's character, especially women, doing it to women. That disgusts me most of all. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Willis. Dr. Rao.
I won't rehash what my colleague has said, but I'm going to say something that you said, Mayor. It's not many things that we agree on, but we all are on one accord about the city manager and the results we've been able to see over the last month. I think we've made significant progress. I'm looking forward to what will continue to happen. I'm glad that Councilwoman Willis really broke down the numbers as we talk about the highest paid in the state. You have to look at the whole benefits package. Some of those expenses we are not paying out, and we're really not too far off from what we were paying our former city manager when you look at the complete packages. Also, I think it's, I want to restate something that Councilwoman Pritchett said. In 9 months, just changing up our banking portfolio, $3.6 million. That is significant. I wish we would have had done this years ago. Add the multiplier effect on that. So again, I'm looking forward to continued results from City Manager Subadan. I think we're all committed to moving the city forward. And in regards to the general comment made about the City Hall, for those who don't know, our two biggest departments in our city are fire and police department. Our city manager is moving us in the direction to be able to construct those facilities first before we get to the City Hall. That is our priority. We've been talking about that from the meeting. Those are our two biggest group of employees. So once we get those settled, we really have an understanding about what our administrative operations needs looks like. And I want to thank her again for the move on the purchase of the Frederick building. We wouldn't have been able to deal with that mold remediation situation if we did not have that building in our city's portfolio. So again, thank you for your leadership.
Thank you. Councilwoman Gomes.
I think most of my colleagues have covered everything, so it's not to belabor this, but I definitely think this is the best that we have had. The trajectory of the city is promising, and I just ask that the residents believe in the work that is happening. You can see when you walk outside your house, the construction, the projects that are happening to make our streets safer, the things that we're doing. We're actually increasing staff to get the work done. You all complain about the phones not being answered from the pandemic. Phones are starting to be answered because she's implemented a customer service program to where people are answering the phones. So we just ask that you have continued patience. This is, like I said, I've been here just like the rest of them have been here from the very beginning. And this is the best that we have seen. And again, she's helping us. She's buying land. We are about to find a location for our city hall. That is definitely happening. So again, just be patient with us. We're doing the right thing by you all. We live here too. So that's it.
All right, Mayor Pro Tem Sebastian.
Thank you, Mayor. A lot has been said, but I wanted to add a point here. The mayor did mention that we have been unanimous in terms of our decision. For council members who are here and those who are not here, Ms. Subadan is worth what we're paying her. And I've been in a position personally where I've negotiated money instead of benefits. I've done that in my career. So that's not a strange approach for me. As Councilmember Willis says, and that's why I mentioned earlier, do your research and get the facts and compare apples to apples. Okay? Councilmember Willis, sorry. We have made tremendous strides in these last 8 months, and I'm expecting, we all are expecting, just to keep that trajectory going. And, you know, in a conversation with the mayor, he said to me, well, here's where the proof is going to be. The proof is going to be in the results, okay? We have seen some already, and I know there's some things that are coming up where you, the public, will be able to see some more. So again, I'm just asking you guys to be patient. We don't get up every day and say we're going to be making a bad decision. The mayor, council member, Gums, and myself, we were tasked by this full council, this full body, to do a search, to come up with a process. And part of that process was initially having an interim city manager to come and sort of help us, you know, tweak some things in the meantime we're doing the search. You know, we went out, we started to talk to a company. It's going to cost us a lot of money. So even the process that we would have implemented to get us to a city manager, at the final analysis, it was going to cost us more than the decision that we're making right now, when we would have brought the person in. And after the performance that we saw within months of her being here, you know, after a while, we're like, how long have you been here? And we're like, you've been here 6 months, right? And she was like, no, 2 months, right? Because it felt that way. And so again, we're not here to make bad decisions on your behalf. We're here to make the best decisions that we can based on the information that we have. And quite frankly, we're council members. We have a lot of information, and we do research, and we depend on staff to do research and bring us back things, and we make those data-based decisions. So again, I am one that I'm in full support of this direction that we're going, and I look forward to later on in this year taking part in Ms. Subadan's 360 review. I think we're going to do a mid-year one, and then at the end of the year, 360, full 360 review. So I'm looking forward to taking part in those processes. And just let me say this finally. I want to thank the mayor for involving council members in the process and the search, because you all know what the charter says. He can just nominate somebody, and we have to say yeah or nay. But what he decided to do months ago was to involve us as a group in the process. That's why Councilmember Gums and I worked with him, and then we were informing our council colleagues as to how the process was going, and they were making other inputs accordingly too. So this is just not an overnight decision that we have just come up with and woke up one day and say, let's do this. Okay? And thank you. And of course, as was said before, GMA recommended Ms. Subadan, and we have continued to talk to GMA, you know, here and there too. And that's what GMA is there for, right? To help cities like us and other cities throughout Georgia. So again, thank you, Ms. Subadan, thank you for your service. I look forward to working with you. As I said, I hope not just for the next 2 years, but for the next 2 years and beyond. Thank you.
All right, seeing and hearing no further comments, I'll entertain this vote by a show of hands.
I record that motion approved unanimously.
All right,
6-0.
Mr. Clerk, please sound the next, congratulations, Ms. Subadan. Mr. Clerk, please sound the next item.
Brings us to item 14, request approval of a resolution to name the Sandtown Recreation Center basketball court in honor and recognition of Coach Anthony Tony Williams. This is sponsored by Councilmember Rao.
I will entertain a motion.
I move that we approve this measure.
I move to approve the renaming of the Sandtown basketball court in honor of the late Coach Anthony Williams.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll take that vote by a show of hands.
Record that motion approved unanimously, 6-0.
All right. Please sound the next item.
Brings us to item 15, request approval of a resolution by the City of South Fulton imposing a moratorium on the acceptance of any special use permit application, any associated zoning application, or building permit application for a short-term rental in the City of South Fulton.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I motion that we approve this measure.
It's been
I
properly.
move to impose a short-term.
We got it.
Somebody else say something?
Yeah. We got it. There's a little
Okay.
delay on your end. I sent you a text. But seeing and hearing no further discussion, right? All right, I'll take that vote by show of hands.
That motion was approved 6-0 unanimously.
All right, please sound the next item.
Next item, item 16, request approval of a settlement agreement regarding civil action number 2023 CV 384425.
All right, I'll entertain a motion. All right.
Second.
All right, sorry about that. It's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll take that vote by show of hands.
So, all those in favor? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and record 1 nay from Councilmember Willis. So that's approved 5-1.
All right, thank you very much. Please sound the next item.
Next item is item 17. It's the first read, an ordinance to amend section 4-3004, duties of alarm user, and 4-30037, enforcement of Title IV, law enforcement, chapter 4, false alarms. This ordinance is sponsored by Council Members Ryle and Pritchett. Once again, first read.
All right, this is just a first read, but please stay tuned at our March 19th meeting. You spoke and we heard you, and we are making changes to our false alarm ordinance. All right, Mr. Clerk, please sound the next item.
Brings us to item 18 under Public Works. Public Works Department requests council approval to award a fixed contract ITB number 23-86 to DAF Concrete Incorporated for sidewalk improvements on Enid Road for $3,583,350 plus a 10% contingency, which brings the total amount to a 10% contingency amount of $358,335 for an overall total amount of $3,941,685.
I will entertain a motion to approve that item as sounded.
I would like to make a motion to approve item number 18 as sounded, as well as item number 19, request approval for a resolution to authorize the use of eminent domain to acquire real property interests necessary to complete the Enid Road over Camp Creek tributary, B-501, parcel 2, to authorize the city of South Fulton, Georgia to condemn said property interests where necessary. Fair market value established at $3,400, and this is in District 2.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll entertain those votes by show of hands.
Record that motion is approved unanimously, 6-0.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in record time once again at the end of a council meeting. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded and thirded. Any discussion? Seeing and hearing none, I'll take this vote by show of hands.
Record that motion approved unanimously. We are adjourned at 6:43 p.m.
Good night,
Thank you, and have a
everyone.
good evening.
South Fulton forever.
Good evening.
Hey, Mayor.